Unraveling the Real Origins of Zodiac Signs, Separating Fact from Fiction, Part 1. What is a zodiac sign and where did it come from? Many of us are familiar with Western astrology, but have you ever heard of sidereal astrology? And even if you have heard of them, or maybe even know your own sign, have you ever wondered where they came from and what they really mean? Western astrology is the most commonly used form of astrology in the Western world. It is based on the tropical zodiac, which is aligned with the seasons and begins at the vernal equinox. This means that the astrological signs are linked to the position of the sun in relation to the Earth's orbit. Sidereal astrology, on the other hand, is based on the sidereal zodiac, which is aligned with the actual positions of the constellations in the sky. This means that the astrological signs are linked to the position of the sun in relation to the fixed stars. One of the main differences between these two approaches is the timing of the signs. In Western astrology, the signs are linked to specific dates that correspond to the sun's position in relation to the Earth's orbit. However, in sidereal astrology, the signs are linked to the actual constellations in the sky, which can cause them to differ slightly from their tropical counterparts. Another difference is the interpretation of the signs themselves. While both approaches use the same 12 signs, they may have different meanings and associations. For example, a person who is a Sagittarius in Western astrology may be a Scorpio in sidereal astrology. So which approach is more accurate? Well, that's a matter of personal belief and interpretation. Some people believe that sidereal astrology is more accurate because it is based on the actual positions of the constellations, while others prefer Western astrology because it is more widely used and has been studied more in depth. The ancient astronomical origins of the zodiac. There are 12 zodiac signs in total, each representing a different period of time during the year. These signs include Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. The origin of zodiac signs dates back to ancient times when people looked to the sky to understand the world around them. Early civilizations such as the Babylonians and Egyptians used astrology to help them navigate their lives, and the Greeks later developed the concept of the zodiac as we know it today. Each zodiac sign is associated with certain personality traits and characteristics. For example, Aries is often associated with being confident and competitive, while Taurus is known for being reliable and practical. These traits are said to be influenced by the position of the stars and planets at the time of someone's birth. But do these zodiac signs really have any scientific basis? Well, that's a controversial topic to say the least, and while some people believe that the alignment of celestial bodies can have an impact on human behavior, there is no scientific evidence to support this claim. Whether you believe in astrology or not, there's no denying that the concept of zodiac signs has had a long-lasting impact on our global cultures and societies. The origins of the zodiac can be traced back to ancient civilizations such as the Babylonians and the Egyptians. These cultures were among the first to study the stars and develop systems of astrology. The Babylonians divided the sky into 12 sections, each corresponding to a different constellation that they believed had an influence on human affairs. This system was later adapted by the Greeks, who named each section after a different zodiac sign. The zodiac signs themselves are based on the position of the sun, moon, and planets at the time of someone's birth. Each sign is associated with different personality traits and characteristics, which are said to be influenced by the position of the stars and planets. But the zodiac is not just a system of astrology, it also has deep ties to astronomy. The zodiac is based on the 12 constellations that lie along the ecliptic, which is the path that the sun appears to take across the sky over the course of a year. These constellations were named after various animals and figures from mythology, such as Aries the ram and Leo the lion. The positions of these constellations have been observed and recorded by astronomers for thousands of years, providing a fascinating window into the history of astronomy. Each zodiac sign is based on the position of the sun, moon, and planets at the time of someone's birth. Each sign is associated with different personality traits and characteristics, which are said to be influenced by the position of the stars and planets. Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, is associated with boldness and a strong sense of individuality. This interpretation of Aries has remained relatively consistent over time, although some astrologers have also associated Aries with impulsiveness and aggression. Taurus, the second sign, is associated with practicality and a love of material possessions. In ancient times, Taurus was also associated with fertility and agriculture. Today, Taurus is still associated with these traits, as well as stubbornness and a strong sense of determination. Gemini, the third sign, is associated with adaptability and versatility. In ancient times, Gemini was also associated with communication and commerce. Today, Gemini is still associated with these traits, as well as restlessness and a love of learning. Cancer, the fourth sign, is associated with emotional sensitivity and nurturing. In ancient times, Cancer was also associated with the ocean and seafaring. Today, Cancer is still associated with these traits, as well as moodiness and a tendency to hold grudges. Leo, the fifth sign, is associated with confidence and a desire for recognition. In ancient times, Leo was also associated with royalty and the sun. Today, Leo is still associated with these traits, as well as arrogance and a need for attention. Virgo, the sixth sign, is associated with practicality and attention to detail. In ancient times, Virgo was also associated with agriculture and the harvest. Today, Virgo is still associated with these traits, as well as perfectionism and a tendency to worry. Libra, the seventh sign, is associated with balance and harmony. In ancient times, Libra was also associated with justice and the law. Today, Libra is still associated with these traits, as well as indecisiveness and a tendency to avoid conflict. Scorpio, the eighth sign, is associated with intensity and depth. In ancient times, Scorpio was also associated with transformation and rebirth. Today, Scorpio is still associated with these traits, as well as secrecy and a tendency to hold grudges. Sagittarius, the ninth sign, is associated with adventure and a love of freedom. In ancient times, Sagittarius was also associated with hunting and the outdoors. Today, Sagittarius is still associated with these traits, as well as a lack of tact and a tendency to speak their minds. Capricorn, the 10th sign, is associated with ambition and a strong sense of responsibility. In ancient times, Capricorn was also associated with governance and authority. Today, Capricorn is still associated with these traits, as well as a tendency towards pessimism and a lack of spontaneity. Aquarius, the 11th sign, is associated with independence and a love of innovation. In ancient times, Aquarius was also associated with science and astronomy. Today, Aquarius is still associated with these traits, as well as eccentricity and a tendency towards detachment. Pisces, the 12th sign, is associated with creativity and sensitivity. In ancient times, Pisces was also associated with the sea and maritime trade. In ancient China, the zodiac was associated with the lunar calendar, and each year was named after an animal in a repeating 12-year cycle. Each animal was believed to have specific qualities that would influence the character and fortune of those born in that year. The Chinese zodiac is still widely used today in Chinese culture, and many people believe that the animal associated with their birth year has a significant impact on their lives. In Hindu culture, astrology plays a significant role in daily life. The zodiac is used to determine auspicious dates for weddings, business deals, and other important events. In addition to the traditional 12 zodiac signs, Hindu astrology also includes 27 lunar mansions or nakshatras, which are believed to influence a person's life in different ways. In Western culture, the zodiac is often used as a tool for self-discovery and understanding. Many people use astrology to gain insights into their personality traits and relationships with others. The meanings and interpretations of the zodiac signs have evolved over time, with modern interpretations often placing a greater emphasis on psychological insights and personal growth. The zodiac has been an important part of human culture for thousands of years, with different cultures interpreting its meanings and uses in unique ways. From the ancient Babylonians and Greeks to modern Western culture and beyond, the zodiac has played a significant role in shaping the way we understand ourselves and our place in the universe.